Good morning, everyone. Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. Thank you so much for joining me. It is dark o'clock. I'm fresh out of the shower, and I have the need to kind of be transparent with you at this point in time. I'm at a very simple place in my art, uncomplicated. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a deep breath on the table for me. Very uncomplicated, just playful art on the table right now, which is really, really fun. So I'm going to give you a little history about myself. I have given birth to 5 sons. My second son passed years ago with sudden infant death. And then, as you know, Cameron passed. Casey was my second son. Cameron passed in February, a freak accident. He slipped in the shower, blocked the drain, and drowned. My point in telling you this is art has been my savior. You have held me up through some incredible grief and some incredible pain. So not that I am done with that grief, but I have created a path for myself that is comfortable at this point in time. So I want to thank all of you for being on the journey with me. My eldest son has been diagnosed with cancer in his kidney. He has a tumor in his kidney. So he has honored me by asking me to come and help take care of his family while he's recovering. So that is amazing. So these are choices that are being made through being authentic, being real, taking a deep breath when I can, meditating, doing my yoga. So I just want to pass that along, even though we are in rocky times right now. We can do it together. We can do it. We can get on the table. It's a form of meditation when we're on the table. I'm dealing with a shoulder issue right now, and when I am pain-free, I am on the table. Or I should say, when I'm on the table, I'm pain-free. Funny how that works. So I just wanted you to have a little keyhole glimpse of what's going on here, and to know that no matter what's going on, we can get to the table for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, whatever works, just to have that little respite of the mind, landing in the heart and creating. So enough said from me. We have a very, very fun little Frida doll to play with today. This is part of my simplicity art that I'm enjoying. November is a no-spend month, so I'm not buying any supplies this month. So I am using what I have, which is something that I always promote anyway. Use what you have, please. So I do have some shout outs to do. I got an amazing box from Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. Just loaded with some beautiful papers. I will be passing some of those on. I will be taking bits of those and passing some of that on. Some of you have purchased a cup of coffee. I thank you so much for that. There's a link below the video if you want to buy a cup of coffee. It's in increments of $5 bills. Grunhut, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Kathleen, thank you. Helen, thank you for the little goodie package that you sent. So precious. I love the cards that are in there. And I guess that's enough chitter chatter from me. Kind of in a reflective mood this morning. And remaining grateful. So let's have some fun and see you on the table. So here's your project for today. I created a little Frida doll. This is a blown out egg, some fun flowers. I used white glue, school glue, for those that don't have Mod Podge. And I have to say it's nice and hard. She did dry overnight. Pipe cleaners for her hair. Just so much fun. scraps and scraps and scraps of fabric. Good morning, dark o'clock. I'm going to play with a doll. I'm so excited. I have a half circle and an egg and a flower pot with a kind of a slight figure to her and some masking tape. I found my masking tape, so I'm so excited about that. So I'm going to create her bodice with a half circle. I'm just going to put that in half, and I'm going to tape that onto my flower pot with my masking tape. So I've created the top of her with the masking tape. Now I'll just take masking tape and tape that onto the flower pot. I'm going to bring in some plastic wrap and cover my structure completely with plastic wrap. I had a white egg that I had blown out. I brought in my Lindy's Starburst Cattail Copper Brown, gave it some color, a little bit of a shimmer. I just have a piece of generic fabric. I am going to wrap this body. Some of you do not have the hard coat. Some of you do not have Mod Podge. So what I'm using is white school glue or Elmer's glue. I'm going to put the Elmer's glue on the form and wrap the fabric around the form, and that will get us started. Cut off some of the extra. It doesn't have to be super smooth because you're going to be putting more goodies on it. I'm going to cut that top notch off. I have some Frida fabric here. I am going to start gluing these pieces on. And cover your whole form with some kind of fabric. Since this is Frida, I'm using Frida fabric. These are leftover pieces from when I made the Frida masks. All right, I have my Frida fabric on there. I have a couple of layers with the white glue, with the school glue, with the Elmer's glue. And we'll let that dry. Now before I wash my ooey gooey hands, I'm going to put the white glue. Now I haven't done this with the white glue, the Elmer's glue, the school glue, whatever you want to call it. I haven't done it with this. I've only done it with Mod Podge. So this is an experiment, but I'm putting the glue on my Teflon sheet, my grungy Teflon sheet. I'm okay with that. And I'm bringing in strips of fabric. My intention is to make flowers with these for her hair, of course. So I will coat the top and the bottom with the glue and let it dry. So glue here, coffee here. Dunked my brush into my coffee this morning. Of course, I'll drink it anyway. Hey, whatever. Everything's all covered with glue, and I'm going to let it dry. While that's drying, I am going to draw her hair in. Not get my sleeves in all of that yummy glue. I'll paint her hair in. I have Payne's Gray and a flat brush. I will paint one side of her hair, let her dry, and then paint the other side. While everything is drying, I'm going to create her hair. I have 2 pipe cleaners. I'm going to create some fun loop-de-loops for her hair. Loop that around. And then this part of the pipe cleaner will go through her head. I'll bring the Payne's Gray in and I will paint her hair. All right, her body's not quite dry, but I'm taking it out anyway so that it can dry a little faster on the inside. Came out pretty easily. I have these stiff fabrics, and I have some embroidery floss and a needle and a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut some circles, or sort of circles, out of the fabric. We're going to create some fun flowers. I've created 3 fun flowers. Take my needle and my embroidery thread and shove it through somewhat of the center of that flower. I'm going to make a French knot there. The way that I do it is to take my needle 1, 2, 3, and 4, push it back down close to that original hole. Hold it tight with my thumb. And do that on the other 2 flowers. All right, I'm going to bring her little face in and give her those eyebrows. A little crooked. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Bring in a very fine watercolor brush. Bring my pipe cleaner in with her fun hair on the top. See if we can find that bottom hole. Put it through the top and through the bottom. I'm going to put some glue at the top here to hold that in place. A little bit of tacky glue. I'm going to play with the flowers a little bit, just bend them in irregularly. Tacky glue them in place. Press them into place and let them dry. She's awesome. So her body, of course, is not dry. This will go here. We'll put a little bit of tacky glue on there and glue her to that. And then we will put her shawl on her when her body dries. So that is what that is what she's going to look like. All right, I got to let her body dry. Okay, here she is. I took the last piece of fabric, the scrunchy fabric, and I created a shawl for her. Her little heart is in the front. Her flowers are amazing. I did trim the bottom off so that she stands up. So she stands up like that, which is... and I love her. So yeah, your turn. Go create, go play, go have fun.